Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu. You're listening to a Men of War shoutcast. Today's game is brought to you by Brother Pedro. He sent me this 2v2 where he and his ally are playing as the Russians and they're fighting some unknown enemy. And thankfully we have some sound now on this video because I did not record the video, someone else recorded, so we have sound. Unfortunately it looks like his graphics are not set to the highest, or this is just a weird map because the lighting looks funny. I don't know. Actually, maybe his graphics are high. I don't know. Who cares? It's a nice looking game anyways. He's driving around with his ZSU. This is the Russian anti-aircraft gun is, I think, what it is. This thing is a terror. Armor not so hot, but it's got 2 treads, which is more than most people have. And most importantly, the gun is just ridiculous. It goes pow, 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 and everybody dies. He's taken up a position in the middle, but behind a house. So he's waiting to see what the circumstances are before he moves in. That's good. I like that. He's being cautious. What he's doing is direct controlling. Not sure that's his best option. Often it's nice to let the AI do the targeting. They're not liable to miss. But, you know, to each his own. It's certainly a lot more fun to drive around and use direct control to own some people. Hasn't killed anyone yet. I think he got 1 shot in, maybe. But yeah, now he's moving some infantry up too. Looks like his ally's on the right. His ally's the one who managed to take the middle and the rightmost points. So Brother Pedro is going to have an uphill battle this game because the point he's fighting for, in addition to the middle on the left, or in addition to the middle, he is fighting for the leftmost point, which is far, far away from him. It is where the enemies spawn. So he made a good choice, I think, buying a vehicle to support his ally in the middle. I'm usually not a big fan of buying a vehicle right off the bat because you sacrifice captain power, but in this case Brother Pedro was able to support his ally. Oh, that's a paratrooper, so they're fighting the Germans. That's a Luftwaffe paratrooper, and those guys are pretty crazy. They got FG-42s and MP-40s, and what they really have is Panzerfausts. If one of those gets close to the ZSU, all it takes is 1 Faust, and kaboom, it's gone. But, oh, very nice job by Brother Pedro. I'm very impressed. He's using his tank crewmen to scavenge the gear off these paratroopers. That's a Car 98, so I guess not all of them get the good stuff. Using his tank crewmen to scavenge the gear, a lot of people discount using tank crewmen to do anything, but they are really cheap and very cost effective. You can buy them for 1 point. You get 2 of them. That is the best cost-benefit ratio in Men of War, if you don't count stuff you get for free, like the towing vehicle and the valuable cargo game mode. But and when they pick up some really nice guns and some really nice like grenades and stuff, you know, they're capable infantry. They're not quite as good as all the other infantry because their skill with the gun is lower. I'll try and point that out at some point, but they're certainly useful. Whoop, did he just kill? Yeah, that's another reason not to let direct control do all the work, or another reason to let the AI do some work for you. If you're just firing in direct control and you're looking at your target, in between you and your target can be all sorts of crazy things, like houses. I've fired at houses on accident because I didn't realize there was one in between. Trees, I've knocked down trees. And allies is the big thing. I've killed my share of allies in direct control. I usually apologize. Sometimes I don't. You know, really apologizing isn't the... Let's talk about something else. What is that light vehicle? I can't even tell. He's shooting at it. He's totally not hitting it. His crosshair isn't even on it. There's this hill kind of blocking him. Type 99. So I guess they're fighting the Japanese. Yeah, they're not fighting the Germans. That was not a Fallschirmjäger. It's the Russians versus the Japanese, which actually happened in real life, but not during World War II, as I recall. Maybe it happened in World War II, but Russia and Japan have a long, sordid history, which nobody needs to know because many of you are Americans, and you will never learn any history, and the rest of you are foreigners, and you probably already know everything that ever happened. Is I think how it's supposed to work. What is that? That's why am I even asking what is that? I don't know what any of the Japanese vehicles are. Something happened to Brother Pedro's infantry over there. It said explode, so I'm guessing it was grenades. Very nice job by the Japanese player moving his infantry close and getting some grenades in on those riflemen who were tucked down there behind that wall. If you can ever, that's the greatest way to dislodge infantry. Just bam, grenades right in the face. Nothing says I love you like a grenade. And I love you doesn't mean that. So his ZSU is going to try and take on whatever the heck that is. We'll see how well it does. People really like the ZSU because its penetrating power is not only lethal against infantry and theoretically planes because that's what it's designed for, but it can punch through some vehicles really well because that cannon just happens to be fantastic. In this case, it doesn't even matter. The ZIS-2, the AT gun Brother Pedro, is very expertly positioned right in the corner of this this village, has managed to punch through the Japanese tank. So I would say the Japanese player not doing so hot with that tank. He was being a little too aggressive. He got too cocky, killed too many things, and he just let it stay sort of out in the open. Didn't keep it behind any of these buildings, which could easily provide ample cover. And oh yeah, sniper, says Brother Pedro, as one of his men is knocked right out of there. Snipers can be extremely annoying for a player like Pedro, who's stuck defending kind of on this point, because when you're defending, you stick your infantry behind cover, behind some sandbags. You keep them up so that they're able to shoot at enemies and stuff. But whoa, is that the sniper? No, that wasn't a sniper. I don't think that was a rocket launcher infantry. So it's good they killed that. Whoa, he sees the sniper in the tree, firing at him. You know when you ever seen the quad half-track that the United States get, the 450 caliber machine guns mounted on the back of the half-track? In World War II, they used to use that thing. If there were snipers in the trees, they would just use the quad machine guns to bam, level the trees. They would just knock down trees with the 50 cal. They would fire all 4 machine guns into the trunk and just topple the trees. So that's funny, unless you're a German sniper, but you're not.